All through the liturgical year, we have many celebrations of our saints. Foremost of those celebrations, of course, is the celebration of the feast of the Blessed Mother. Right next to the importance of the Blessed Mother is the celebration of the martyrs. The martyrs have a special place in our hearts, in the church, in all of our celebrating. We believe that the blood of the martyrs shed for the faith is the seed and fertilizer for the growth of the church. That's why they're special. And so today we celebrate the first martyrs of Rome. And as I mentioned to you, they are the victims of the whimsy of Emperor Nero. But there were also many martyrs that came after them. These martyrs in Rome were, of course, Christians trying to practice their faith. And every time there's a crisis in the Roman Empire or in the city of Rome, then persecution would come. There was no systematized, organized persecution program. It's only during when crisis comes in the city of Rome, where there will be persecutions. Like I mentioned to you, for these men and women we're celebrating today, there was a fire. There was a conflagration for the entire city of Rome, and they need to have a scapegoat. And so they were blamed. In other times of the crisis, the Christians were also martyred, and if you could read the historical accounts of how they were martyred, it's gruesome. Some of them they were martyred, they were killed simply for entertainment. You know, they would dress them in fur, animal fur, and will let loose lions to go after them. Some of them will be stripped naked, and they will be coated with tar, and they will be put up on a pole, lining up the street that lead to the palace of the emperor, and they will lit them on fire, and so they're like human torches. But you know, it's very easy. It's very easy to escape the Roman persecution of the Christians. All you have to do is go to the magistrate, you light an incense to the effigy of the emperor, because the emperor is God. You light an incense before the effigy of the emperor, and then you will be given a libellus, a certificate, which said that you lit an incense to the governor, to the emperor, and that's it. You can go back practicing your faith. You can go back and celebrating the Eucharist and worshiping Jesus. That's fine, so long as you have that libellus. But you know, the martyrs, they did not do that. They did not compromise, even if it's that easy to escape burning. Even if that's easy to escape being chased by predators. They chose to die. Which brings the message of the gospel today. Its urgency and its immediacy. Here we see several groups of people trying to follow the Lord. And the last is something that's very reasonable. It says, a disciple went to Jesus and said, "Lord, let me go first and bury my father." And the response of the Lord is, "Let the dead bury the dead, but you come and follow me." Which brings home a very urgent point, that the Lord calls us, and He calls us now. The Lord's calling is now. St. Paul will say, salvation is now, not tomorrow, not when I retire, not when I have everything in my house all fixed and now I'm ready to go. No. Salvation is now. When the Lord calls you, you do it now. You leave everything behind. Now, why is the Lord saying this? Why is the Lord challenging His followers to follow Him right now? Not putting it off. Well, because remember when the Lord calls us and when we follow the Lord, everything will be added on to us. The Lord will take care of everything. You see, the Lord is not greedy. The Lord is not unreasonable. When He calls us, He knows what we need. He knows what we need to prepare. He will do it for us. But you come and you follow me. I remember when I was about to enter, when I was entertaining the thought that I might be called to the seminary, there are many things that were obstacles for me finally joining the Lord at the seminary. And one of them was the debt that I had. I had a lot of debt from my studies at USC. You know how that is. So that was a huge amount. And then, but at that point, I knew the Lord is already calling me. There's something in my heart that could not be stopped. And so I decided, yes, Lord, I will follow you. I will enter the seminary. But you know what I have? You know what stops me? Well, with that decision that I'm going to enter the seminary a year from that time when I realized I was being called, I went to the bank and told them what my plans were, that after a year I'll be going to the seminary. And you know what happened? The bank worked with me and it said, Leo, we will work with you. After 1 year, you'll be at that seminary. And they did. And they did. They planned a payment. They took off some of the charges just to get me to the seminary. That's what we mean. You know, we don't do things with our own effort when the Lord calls us. You know, just throw everything in the hands of the Lord because He is merciful. He knows us more than we know ourselves. Today, we bring around the table of the Lord many, many concerns, many obstacles in following Him. There is no need to be afraid. What is needed is trust.